Hey, how's it going? Let me draw your attention for a little bit. Today we're gonna go over how to draw a face tattoo. It's gonna be one of those double lit from both sides, so it's gonna be a pretty interesting design, and I think it's very it's kind of something a lot of people have been requesting. So there's gonna be shadow toward the center of it, but it's gonna be a face of a human. So we're gonna go over that, and I'm gonna be using this. This is for beginners, by the way. This is a Faber-Castell PITT artist pen. This comes in a set only, but it's amazing. It is basically a brush pen, and yeah, get this if you can. If not, you can get other pens, but this is like an amazing brush pen. I think it's a thin one too. I use a bigger one for actually caricatures, but this one's perfect for this. I'll put the link in the description on the Amazon link for if you want to buy it yourself, off Amazon. But all right, let's get into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in layers. First thing I'm going to do is I'm literally going to go over my measurements first. So I'm thinking of the top of the hairline right here. This is going to be where the brow line is going to be. The brow. The nose, and then the bottom of the mouth. Essentially, it's just thirds. I'm going to draw a center line as well. And I'm going to vaguely draw where I want the eye. Currently what I'm doing is I'm doing one layer, and this is what I want to find out where my proportion is, because proportion is key. It is extremely, extremely important. I might pull the nose down a little bit, actually, even though that was a third. And I might even pull this down a little bit too. See, this is what this stage of it is for. And thinking of the outside of the face. And I'm more or less just drawing the proportions of a regular face right now. You don't even draw the whole head shape, but we're gonna go into it now. Let me see. It's also going to be lit from below as well. That's going to be a big issue. And trying to with the lip line. So that is literally my proportions of my head. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide this paper, by the way. And this paper is literally 8.5 by 11 printing paper. Completely normal printing paper. You can buy that at the store if you want to buy that online. I'll try to find a link to Amazon. I'm sure they sell on Amazon too. It comes in this big bulk of paper. I think for like 20 bucks. It is super. This bulk has lasted me the entire year. The ream that I have. So for you, it could last 2 years. So I would highly recommend just getting paper to practice on. You don't need any special paper. So let's go into it. Now that I put one piece of paper over, I can vaguely see through it, and I see my head proportions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it from large to small. The shadow. So let's go over this. We're going to start the hairline here. I'm going to pull down. Pulling in right here for the brow. Downward here. Down the brow into the nose. And at the end of the ball of the nose. Then we're going to trace around the eye. Remember, light's coming from the bottom. And then the top of the cheek. Down into the nose. The other cheek. Top of the cheek. We're gonna connect that part. Excuse me. Pulling down. Bottom lip. We're gonna fill all this up eventually, but Excuse me. We're gonna follow this up eventually, but yeah. That's the top of the chin as it's rolling in. Sorry, I have a cough here. Outside of the face. I'm gonna kind of mark the outside of the face right there. Bottom of the face here, bottom of the chin. That's where I'm gonna pull in, because this is a design. This isn't so much copying of reality. You're taking reality and you're making it your own, which is part of being an artist as it is. And one ear, the other. These are all indications. They're small indications of a larger form, meaning the viewer can see the larger form, you know, in their mind's eye. And I might do a little bit over here for the side of the hairline. So let's start filling in these shapes. The biggest one being this one in the center. And it's kind of hard to fill in with this particular one. I could kind of use the side here. Actually, it's pretty good with this. So one thing I like about this is essentially a brush. Normally I wouldn't fill in that big of a negative space here, a black space, but I kind of have to on this one. Let me pull out the underneath layer because I feel like it's starting to get in the way. So now I can get a little bit more clarity like this. Pulling down, filling in those shapes that we previously established. Filling in these shapes from before. Then adding in smaller detail. For example, the eye. I'm gonna throw the eyelid here. Side of the eye. So I see this is the mouth. Where the mouth scrunches. You can see a face in that. And I'm just kind of altering the shapes here to... And I think that's it. I'm looking into some minor changes. So a lot of times you can add minor details, like going into thinner lines, adding kind of your own personal flair to it. I could add maybe a little extra to the top of the ear, the bottom of the ear. It's really up to you, but you're getting that base down, and you're getting like a face lit from below. And you could also have the option of also linking them together. I've seen that before. But that's pretty much it. That is a face design lit from below. Face total design, I said. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please let me know in the comments. I reply to every single comment. Another thing, I have an ebook. You get it totally for free when you donate $2 to my Patreon. So my Patreon is live. And I put an ebook on there that I was originally going to make a product. And I was going to make it a product for about $20, but instead I decided to actually kind of put it for a $2 donation, and you get that immediately. The second that you donate $2, you get that. But I put that on my Patreon. Go check that out in the link below. Otherwise, I will see you guys soon, and don't forget to have an amazing art experience, guys. I will see you soon.